I said Chad and Tyrone are born Chad and Tyrone. You is a bitch ass ninja. You're not going to be Chad and Tyrone. They're Chad and Tyrone for a reason. They're that. You're not going to become that, but you can become another archetype of a man that can be successful in this world. You guys have never been the guy. Who remembers the guy at the house party? The house party guy, the kegger. He got the keg and he downed 3 kegs. He got on top of the garage and he stripped off in high school and jumped in the swimming pool. Who remembers that guy? And you were sitting there like, and you thought all the girls would hate him, and you thought people would think he was lame, but all the girls celebrated him. He was the one fucking all the girls. See, that mindset, you ain't got. You ain't got it. That's what Chad and Tyrone does. They do shit like that, but you a safe nigga. You a nigga that wear elbow pads and knee pads on your skateboard, nigga. You ain't never gonna beat Chad and Tyrone. The reason why they do that, Chad and Tyrone, they take risks. It ain't just about muscles. It ain't just about getting in shape. He sells insurance now. Yeah, and his time is up. But some of you guys ain't the Chad, when he was 13, went down to double black diamond on a goddamn snowboard. And he was bunny hopping shit. You, nigga, you wore knee pads on your skateboard. See? You gotta be the dude. You ain't the dude. You ain't him. So don't think that at 25 you're gonna get some muscles on your chesticles and now you're gonna be Chad picking up bitches. You're not. No, nigga. You was a geek. You a nerd. Let's try to be a gentleman. Let's get that gentleman shit going on. This is what I'm talking about. This is what guys trying to aim to be. And they trying to, maybe if I can get in shape, I can be him. No. Nigga, Chad, on an off night, he was drunk and high, scored 4 touchdowns in the state championship game. That's Chad, motherfucker. That's Tyrone. Tyrone was smoking mad weed and he was dunking on niggas. Ineligible for the next game because his academics was not there. That's Tyrone. You ain't him. You was a dork. You was a nerd. You was a geek. You wrote books about spinning plates and shit. Chad was going down the goddamn skateboard rail and broke his arm in the 8th grade, and everybody signed his fucking cast. You ain't Chad, nigga. You wore a helmet, and your mama made you put your helmet on and ride your bike and skateboard. You see what I'm talking about? There's a whole bunch of mindset that's happening with men that are kind of just born to get attention, be dominant, leaders, and that type of stuff. Take risks. That's why women are attracted to those guys. It ain't the muscles. Muscles is just another part of it. Them niggas have muscles in the 8th grade taking off their shirt. Ninja, you still scared to take your shirt off in public right now. See what I'm saying? It ain't about, the thing is, niggas think you're gonna become Chad and Tyrone to pick up bitches. Guys, women can see your fake, froggy, soggy, flower ass coming a mile away, trying to be a fake peacocking Tyrone. They can see that shit. They ain't dumb. This is them. They know what they want. They see your fake muscle ass, your steroid, testosterone injection ass. They see your HGH ass coming a mile away with that fake ass Tyrone Chad bullshit. You ain't him. You ain't him. They born him. They got it in them. They got that dog. You ain't got that dog. Ninja, you was cut from the freshman football team and you want to be Chad at 25. We need to give these niggas some clarity, bruh. Don't come around with that fake ass shit. I've been around a whole bunch of people and I can determine what people are and who they are. It ain't about getting in the gym and getting in shape. It ain't about quitting. But do not be no fake ass alpha with your elbows poked out because you took a little bit of creatine on overdose and now you think you a Chad. You ain't a Chad because you wear your hat backwards, nigga. You ain't a Chad because you sag your pants. You ain't a Tyrone because you sag your pants. You ain't Pookie. Them niggas is, and by the way, these niggas, half of them on child support, half of them work at warehouses, half of them niggas is dead, and half of them other niggas is in jail. So if you really want to be Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray, nigga, go to jail. Serve a bid. Do I have to smack these bitches up with they goofy ass red pill philosophy bullshit around here? Let me call these niggas out. Chad was up in the 8th grade doing surfing with sharks. They wasn't in the math club.
All right, people, check this out. That was Coach Greg Adams. I've mentioned him several times on the show, and there he is. Okay, so what he's talking about is Chad and Tyrone and how they're kind of born that way. From the sandbox to the graveyard. That's who they are. They are risk takers. They're loud. They're boisterous. They are performative people. The women like them. Everybody likes them, right? They win early in life. They're the guy who peaks in high school, maybe even college, and then they end up working in a warehouse or selling insurance or something like that. Here's the deal. You are either born that way or you are not. You cannot become Chad and Tyrone. So for all you red pill dweebs, Please don't do that. Please don't go out there thinking that you can watch red pill content, Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, and then you're going to become, a winner with the ladies or even in life. Look at Fresh and Fit. They started off good, and how did they end? They ended in a dumpster fire. Andrew Tate, look at what's going on with him. He ended in a dumpster fire. And the craziest part is the dude Myron from Fresh and Fit, he had potential to be a long-term Chad. He's tall, he's in shape. He went to a really good college, which means he was, kind of a dweeb in high school, getting his good grades and everything. He ended up getting into a good college, I think like Boston College or Wake Forest or something like that. He goes to school. He gets a job with Department of Homeland Security where he has tremendous upward mobility. He cashes that in for internet fame and he strikes gold. He strikes absolute gold. But what happens as soon as he gets some money? He loses his mind. He tries to become Chad. He doesn't understand Chads are born, not built. He ends up conquering the red pill space on the internet, but then he crashes out because he tries to conquer the political space. He talks about some people who you're not supposed to talk about. And now he's getting clowned by Drewski in skits on the internet.
Yeah, Drewski made a video on us, that fat bastard.
She got to cook, clean, fuck, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Come on, man.
We off that.
50-50 nothing.
We off that.
50-50 nothing.
Nothing. Hold your head up, King. Your crown is falling.
Okay. Talk that talk.
Yeah.
Talk that talk.
Yeah.
I hear you.
It's funny because he makes that video talking shit, right? And it's like, bruh, you're too much of a coward to even come on our show because of your sponsors and brands.
Right. So Chad is born. He is not made, and you are not Chad. I'm not trying to attack the red pill space, but just understand that it's not for you. Check this out. When I was in the military, back in 2007, 2008, it's like my second year in the military, I had a friend, I had a roommate, and this dude was by all measures Chad. He was like 6'3", 6'4", half white, half Hispanic, objectively very good looking dude. Super nice. Best personality you will ever see in a person. Everybody loved him. Absolutely everyone. He had no enemies. This dude was a very generous guy. He was the kind of person that it could be 90 degrees outside. And at this point, we're living in Virginia. Super humid. It could be 90 degrees outside. If he saw somebody with, having car problems, he would go help. If he saw people, male or female, moving into their apartment, moving out, he would go help. Nicest person on the planet. Here's the deal. One day we're in our apartment. It's three of us. We all have different work schedules. Girl comes, knocks on the door. She asks this guy. She tells him she's a lesbian as well as her girlfriend, obviously. Now this girl was extremely beautiful, like a solid 8 out of 10. Her girlfriend, not so much, but whatever. She says, hey, we are gay, but I occasionally like to sleep with men. I was wondering if every so often I could come over and me and you could have fun. They talk it over and the whole love affair begins. Okay. Now, you're going to say to yourself that this is not real, and I'm going to tell you that this is very real. And this was like one of the top 5 things that I ever watched happen with this dude. But it wasn't uncommon for who he was. Women threw themselves at this guy. And in fact, this same story, this girl and my roommate, they have this relationship. It goes on for about 6 months or so. And at the end, she breaks up with her girlfriend and she's going to move back to Florida. And like a couple of days before she moves back to Florida, she comes to him and says, hey, I want you to get me pregnant. And he's like, well, why would you want me to get you pregnant? And just, make you a single mom and that whole deal. And she says, because I promise you, I was there when she said it. She says, I can't pass up my opportunity to have a baby by a perfect man. Now, he ultimately didn't do that, but This just goes to show you the enormous difference between Chad and Tyrone and you. Chad and Tyrone don't even have to try. Keep in mind, this whole situation between him and that girl, that was like one of the top 5 craziest things, maybe top 3, but it was by no stretch of the imagination the one and only thing. That would happen to you, not on that scale. You might go through your whole life and have one crazy story with a woman. He had multiple dozens. It was like every single day we went to work, he would end up with another crazy story. Our female supervisors threw themselves at him. All the females that we work with, the people who were like our same age and our same rank, threw themselves at him. Married women threw themselves at him. It was insane, absolute insanity. This dude was, like I said, we were enlisted at the time, and they wanted him to become an officer. And back in 07, 08, you had to put in an officer package to go from enlisted to officer, and it was super ridiculously hard to pull off. They just handed it to him. Now, he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to stay in the military for very long, and he ultimately didn't end up doing it. But they were putting so much pressure on him, and it's like he just didn't want it. But because he was tall, he was handsome, he did have a degree in mathematics, so he was very well qualified for it. But he didn't even ask for it. He didn't even want it. He didn't even want to do it. But they just looked at him and was like, we want you to be a winner. You look like a winner. That's what happens with Chad and Tyrone. Men see them and want to assist them in their road to success. Women see them and they want to join them on the road to success. Life just happens naturally for these guys. That's never going to be you. You're going to most likely have to work for everything you have. And there's nothing wrong with that. It builds character. But the red pill, as I see it, a lot of people overdose on it. I'm not going to say the red pill space in and of itself is just, so bad, which it is. A lot of dweebs, a lot of losers, a lot of liars, a lot of grifters, a lot of people faking the funk. But ultimately, I think people get into that space and they start popping the pill and doing way too much. The point of any pill is to cure a particular ailment or make it go away or whatever. That red pill, you're supposed to get the knowledge that you need and then move on with your life. You're not supposed to sit there and just start popping them pills and overdosing on the bull crap that they teach you, right? These guys talk about the Matrix. Like, you're not going to defeat the Matrix. Neo didn't defeat the Matrix in the movie. So they're giving you knowledge for a problem that technically can't be solved, right? The machines are never going to lose. The masses are never going to be woken up, right? And at the end of it, you're never going to become the one, Neo. You're never going to be Chad. You're never going to be Tyrone. And keep in mind, I'm not trying to beat you guys down. Not trying to beat you down. I'm just trying to say, don't be a red pill dweeb. Don't be one of these dorks. I see a lot of guys talking red pill talking points, and it's like, look, it's 2024. Kevin Samuels is dead. Let that man rest in peace. Fresh and Fit have been demonetized on every conceivable platform, and women are not about to just sit there and say, you know what? Men figured out our game. We're beat. Let's get back in the kitchen. That's not what's about to happen, right? You go out there and you get some muscles, you're just going to be a muscle-bound dork. You go out there and get some money, you're going to be a high-value target. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. That's one of his things. And ultimately, when it comes to this whole money, muscles, game, frame thing, if you use money to get women, to keep women, to control women, they're going to say it's some sort of financial abuse. Right? They can blast you on the internet if you're a public figure. If you're, if you got a high-ranking job, they can blast you on the internet, make you look bad, and say that you controlled them financially. If you use game in any sort of way, they're going to say it's manipulation, mental, emotional, physical, this way, that way, all kinds of abuse. Everything is abuse. Right? If you use the muscles, they're going to say that you intimidated her into sleeping with you or into staying with you or this or that. Women always have a way to outsmart you or, outmaneuver you, and a lot of it revolves around the court of public opinion, which the red pill has no actual defense for. So I don't want to beat you guys down. I don't want to make you feel bad. I just want to encourage you to not be a red pill dork. Like, let that go. Let the red pill go. You're never going to be Chad. You're never going to be Tyrone. Use that information to bring peace into your life as it pertains to men and your dealings with men and women. But don't think that, that's going to level you up or something like that. Don't go around repeating red pill talking points. Please don't start a red pill podcast or, channel. Let that die. So I'm not going to beat this into the ground. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Pop your red pill safely, and I'll get at you on the next one. Peace.